State budgets include thousands of spending and policy decisions for tens of billions of dollars that affect all Washington residents. While we could spend 57 hours going through it, much of the debate in this year's supplemental budget conversation revolved around one fundamental budget principle. I'm Senator Joe Fain. We'll break down Washington's first-in-the-nation four-year balanced budget requirement in 57 seconds. Unlike the federal government that can literally print money, Washington must have a budget that balances over 4 years. Since the legislature creates two-year biennial budgets, we must not only balance for the current spending cycle, but also the following 2 years. This requirement came about in 2012 from a bipartisan coalition in the Senate that instituted this new restraint as a way to curb the use of unsustainable budget gimmicks. There are several types of budgeting gimmicks that some lawmakers have pushed for that the four-year balanced budget requirement prohibits. Local school districts, for example, receive a large portion of their state funding on the final day of the biennium, June 30th. But in 2011, some lawmakers proposed moving that payment to July 1st, saving money that can be spent on other programs in the current biennium, but doubling the state's costs in the next year. It would be though you paid your credit card bill late and treated the extra money in your bank account as though you'd received a big raise. Since the policy has been in place, many lawmakers have repeatedly tried to get around it, calling it voodoo budgeting, in order to increase state spending now without any plan to afford those costs in the future. Some have argued against the four-year balanced budget, calling it a means of keeping state spending low even in times of need. But many believe that some in Olympia strategically use what the Democratic state treasurer called felony accounting gimmicks, or just bad budgeting techniques, as a way to create permanent budget deficits to convince the public that the state needs massive tax increases each and every year. The four-year balanced budget requirement is currently only in statute, so any legislature can repeal this taxpayer protection by a simple majority vote. That's why I've sponsored legislation to ask the voters if they support putting this prudent tool for fiscal sanity in the Washington State Constitution. By thinking long-term and budgeting wisely, we will be better able to invest in our priorities like public schools without damaging cuts to essential services. If you'd like this video, share it around, then let me know what we should cover next. I'm Senator Joe Fain. Thanks for watching.